In order to make Frankie's food, I use chicken thighs, rice, and carrots. I use between 4 and 5 thighs for each batch. I also use the flash frozen so you can put them right into the oven from the freezer. I cook the whole thing covered in tin foil at 200 degrees or 400 Fahrenheit for an hour. You have to wait for the chicken to cool, or if you are not ready to do the whole preparation, then you can put the pan right in the fridge for another day. I have a garbage bowl. Thanks, Rachel Ray. So I don't have to go anywhere and I can stay at my station. Because my chicken was cooked the day before, you can see that the fat has solidified. And although that's gross to us, Frankie loves it, so I include it in the preparation. When you are ready with the chicken, I peel off the skin and discard that. Then I pull off the meat and put that into the food processor. I either throw away the bones or save them for making chicken stock at another time. Whether it's solid or liquid, I include the fat and put it in the processor with the meat. This extra fat and liquid help to actually grind up the mixture. And if your dog is food driven like Frankie, they will be on your heels the whole time you are doing this. I use pre-cooked rice that I had made for another meal. I just make extra when I know that I will be needing to cook up a batch of dog food. I just grab a few handfuls and pop them in the food processor along with the chicken meat and the fat. Then I have yucky rice hands and need to wash them. I add 2 carrots to the batch, peeling them really for the sake of cleaning up the carrots, although you can leave the skin on. There is good fiber and nutrients in the skin. And if you have guinea pigs, you can save these scraps for them, or if you compost, you can put the scraps on your compost heap. Remove the tops and the bottoms, and then cut the carrots into hunks to make it easier on the food processor. Put the lid on, give it a few pulses to get it going, and let it go until you are happy with the consistency. When I'm done and I'm happy with the consistency of the dog food, I put all the food back into the pan. I do this for the sake of getting all of the fat out of the pan and that yumminess into Frankie's food, as well as helping to portion it out. Since I used 4 chicken thighs, I'll get 4 to 5 portions out of this particular batch. I divide the food into containers and I leave one container in the fridge to serve Frankie right away, and the rest I put in the freezer for later. You don't have to make your food as fine a puree as I do mine. You can leave chunks of chicken and carrots. It really all depends on the size of your dog. I find that pureeing it pretty fine stretches the food out for our small dog. Frankie is a 7 pound or 3 kilo Chihuahua, and she eats about a tablespoon of this wet food along with about an eighth a cup of dry food twice a day. So for us, a batch of dog food will last about a month. We use these spaghetti bowls so that we know that it's Frankie's food inside and no one messes with it or is disappointed that it's not something they would want to eat, although they most certainly could. Here's a shot of the finished product, and like I said, because she's at our heels, we always let our little baby have what's left inside the pan. Of course, you need to do your own investigation about what would be good for your dog, but chicken and rice and carrots is a formula that most vets suggest for upset stomachs. So you could just make a batch and keep it in the freezer for emergencies, which would not only have you prepared to help your pet, but save you money. Those special formula dog foods are super expensive. But we use this as everyday food combined with the dog food to make sure that Frankie is getting a nutritionally balanced diet, and she loves it. That is one seriously fatful, happy dog.